Hi, I'm Vivian, the knitter.
And I'm Alyson, the crocheter, and you're listening to Keep Calm and Carry Yarn.
Thank you so much for joining us for episode 13 of Keep Calm and Carry Yarn, a knitting and crocheting podcast brought to you by me, Vivian, and my daughter, Alyson. I'm coming at you from New Hampshire, and Alyson is recording from Scotland.
Yep. Hello.
Hi.
So I just realized that this is, I'm not going to say it's our Halloween episode, but it's our end of October episode, and it's episode 13. So, yeah.
Hey, it seems like we planned it.
Yeah, but this is not coming out on the 13th, because this year, October 13th is Friday the 13th
Friday
as well.
the 13th, yes.
Yeah.
Also, that's a Colgate thing, too.
Yeah, 13 is a local number at Colgate University for reasons.
So, how have you been?
Okay. Yeah, good. It's definitely super autumn now here. We've got some changing leaf colors and everything, so it's cold. It was so cold today. I left work today and I was freezing.
Well, it was like 80 degrees today.
Nah.
But not, well, it might have been 79, but it wasn't humid. The last few days have been really, really humid. Today it felt more like autumn is coming. The leaves are changing. Let's have the temperatures drop too, and then it'll really feel like autumn.
Yeah. But speaking of Halloween, our BuzzFeed quiz is Halloween themed today.
Yep.
And Harry Potter themed, which we freaking love.
Because we're both Harry Potter nuts.
Yeah. I was walking with the Girl Guide leaders of the Girl Guide unit that I volunteer with, and they were talking about Harry Potter, and the younger one really likes Harry Potter, and her friend is like kind of sort of about it, and the leader she's still younger than me, but she's older than the youngest one. She hasn't really watched it, and she looked at me and she's like, Alyson, do you like Harry Potter? And I just looked at her like, haha, don't even get me started.
She didn't know?
No. They do not know how crazy I am.
So who did you get? Oh, wait.
Well,
what was the quiz?
The quiz is, which Harry Potter witch should you dress up for as Halloween? Dress up as for Halloween. So, who do you think I would have gotten?
Hermione?
I got Bellatrix Lestrange.
Oh no!
Wait, did you too?
No.
Okay. It says, you, like Bellatrix, have a fascination with the darker side of Halloween. You'd rather watch a horror flick than go to a fancy party, and hey, that's just fine. Rock a black dress, tease your hair into a tower of dark magic power, and curse anyone who dares get in your way this All Hallows Eve. And that's funny because it's so wrong.
Guess who I got?
Did you get Ginny?
No, I got Fleur Delacour.
Oh.
It says, you're as capable as you are gorgeous, and you're a serious knockout. Whether you choose Fleur's Beau Baton's uniform or her Yule Ball gown, you'll turn plenty of heads. I think the only reason why I got her was because I picked the blue color scheme.
I picked the purple and black color scheme. Oh, bad decisions. Bad life decisions. Well, what about nothing is more important than... What did you answer for that question?
Love.
Oh, I did too.
And you still got Bellatrix? That's weird.
So there's one that says to pick a pumpkin, and I picked the pumpkin that's got a really big, like, jaggedy grin. I was going to say that kind of Tim Burton-esque, and that sort of Helena Bonham Carter
thing.
So, I don't know. I'm trying to make connections.
Well, I picked that too. I picked a cat.
Wouldn't that be funny if it was literally just the color scheme? You answer all these questions, but then the result is only based off of the color scheme.
We should redo the quiz and see what comes up.
Yeah, now I'm wondering.
I don't know.
Alrighty, well, I will not be dressing as Bellatrix this Halloween. I don't know if I will be dressing up at all.
Oh. You're not going to get dressed up? Did you get dressed up last year? I think you did.
Did I?
Weren't you one of the Inside Out people?
Oh, yeah. I went to New York and then I dressed up as Disgust. I forgot about that. Was that last year? Yeah, and then the year before that.
Yeah,
I was Mary Poppins.
No, I thought you were Mary Poppins and Disgust the same year.
Oh, yeah, I was. Maybe that wasn't last year.
We should find those pictures.
Yeah, wow.
Probably have those pictures somewhere.
No, what we should do is the pictures of all the Halloween costumes you made for us as kids. Those are more impressive.
they were pretty fabulous.
I mean,
if
that
I do
includes
say
the
so
Mary
myself.
Poppins outfit,
Uh-huh.
technically.
Yeah.
But I forgot to wear the coat. I just had the hat and a blouse and a red bow thing.
Yeah. And the only thing I made in that your version of the costume was the hat. Madeline made a really cute, adorable Mary Poppins when she was in what, 4th grade, 5th grade? I can't remember anymore.
Yeah.
I love Halloween.
Righty. Shall we jump into some whips?
Sure. What do you have for us?
Right. So, I've got the same things as I had last episode, but I've progressed. So, the first thing was the pineapple cushion, which used the yarn from Hawaii, which was the silk and flax and whatnot. That's kind of yellowy. And so I'd gotten that body part of the pineapple done before. And now I've got the top.
I like it. I like how you edged it. It looks different from the other day when you showed me.
Yeah, so I bought the green yarn it was this weekend. It was on Saturday, just a few days ago. It's just cotton yarn. It's green color. And then I had this other yarn that I used to do the outline for, and now that I think about it, I don't actually know what the yarn is.
So it's not yarn that you got from me then?
No, it's yarn that I got from like Love Crochet. I was buying other yarn, and this one was on sale. I was like, I just liked the way it looked, so I'm like, just gonna add it to the cart. But it's
Did you have to add it to the cart to get free shipping or something?
Possibly. Right.
That's the best way to go shopping.
Yes. Now I don't even know where I put the top. Oh, it's on the floor. Right. So it is Debbie Bliss Milano.
Milano?
Milano. Yeah, I think it might be discontinued. I don't know. But it's a dark green and black sort of color with flecks of white and lighter green.
You can't
and
really
blue.
see the white.
No.
It looks it almost looks like it has sequins in it or something.
No, that's probably the
maybe
white.
That's the white.
Yeah, but so I used that and I did to outline the edge with just slip stitches, and then on the inside with slip stitches as well on top of the fabric. I drew out a pineapple top, and even just the drawing, I was like, that is a pretty good pineapple top shape. When I posted on Instagram, I said I was doing freeform crochet, which I think technically freeform is something else. It was more like freehand crochet in order to get the sort of curved leaves of the pineapple top.
I'm impressed.
So yeah, I'm quite happy with it as well. I think the outline makes it pop. So that will get added to the pineapple body, and I'll have to figure out how I want to make the cushion. I've been looking at some fabric online because I've been to a couple fabric stores. Actually, no. Maybe I've only been to one fabric store here, and it didn't really have a big selection. So if anyone knows any good fabric stores in Edinburgh, I was looking at this Rico design fabric. It's like a blue, and it's got all these different summery themed illustrations on it, like pineapples, swan, a girl in a bathing suit, cocktails, palm trees. I don't know. It's in a very particular style. So I thought maybe that would be cute to put on the back of the cushion.
Oh, that would be cute.
Actually, it took me, I don't know why, just not having a pattern to follow really just messed with my brain. I was just thinking, how am I going to get these leaves to be curved? Because I could only think in straight lines. And I was like, oh, right. If I do decreases like a circle, it'll curve. I don't know. I'm obviously not.
Well, you figured it out.
Yes, I did. And then the other thing, which I was working on last time as well, and this is another thing where it's obviously I'm a bit of a novice when it comes to making and yarn things, because I had done the swatch with this Billum yarn, and I only had one skein of it. I was like, I'm gonna make a scarf, and you were like, I don't know if you're gonna have enough yarn to do that. It turns out I didn't have enough yarn to do that. I can finish the swatch. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be the world's shortest scarf. So I changed tack.
Wait, how big is the skein?
100 grams.
Oh.
It's because I like the cleanness of just a single stitch pattern. I know it's super boring, but a solid fabric, I've had to make a compromise because I really want to make something that goes around my neck with this. But I didn't necessarily want a cowl because I've got my cowl that you made me, the honey cowl. and I've got the cowl that I made myself with the Tunisian, the cobbled streets, too many cows, and I like scarves. So yeah, I changed tact and I went on Ravelry and I found a pattern, and it's dead simple. It's a paid for pattern. It's just called the linen loop, but it's just a single stitch type of stitch. It's by Amanda Ochoki.
Okay.
Yeah, I have it. It's in my projects. But anyway, it's really simple.
Oh, it's cute.
The actual recommended pattern uses a linen yarn. Obviously,
Yeah, and it wants you to use a big giant hook like I suggested.
So that's what I'm doing now. So it's a bit lacier. I don't know. I just don't tend to gravitate towards the like lacy scarf thingies. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing, and yeah, it's working up very quickly now, and hopefully the pattern is for more of like an infinity scarf. So it is kind of a cowl, but I think it should be able to make it long enough to loop it around twice rather than just once. Does that sound reasonable to you?
I don't know.
Hey Sam, can you get the scale for me? I'm gonna measure how much I have left, like how much of the yarn I've used. I feel like I've used less than half of the yarn at this point. But it's long enough to be a single cowl. And like a double loop needs slightly more than twice as much as that, right? Probably. Yeah, I still have 60 grams left, so I've used less than half. I'll have enough for a double loop, she says now. We'll see what happens. But it's very slightly, it's an open stitch, and hopefully this will block. Like if I block it out and won't open, will it stay open?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I like the way it looks when it's a bit...
Was it? Was it merino and silk? Is that what it was? I don't know.
Baby camel.
Oh, baby camel. Yeah.
Okay, because I like the way it looks when it's a little more open. When it's more close, you can see like this sort of ridge stripe of where the stitch repeats.
Okay. I'm nodding my head.
Yeah. Those are my whips.
I also have the same whips from last episode, except I put the Winterly into my suitcase already. I haven't been working on that, but I've been...
Had you actually started it last time?
Yeah, remember I had
the blue. The blue.
Yeah. And I've been working on the Maxfield cardigan, so I finished the first sleeve.
Very nice.
Now I'm doing the second sleeve, and I thought I started the increases in the wrong spot. I was like, oh shoot, I did this wrong. And then I started tearing out. And then I looked back again. It's like, oh no, I was right. It's like, oh man, I just tore it out for nothing. So yeah, I haven't been working on that cowl that I'm knitting off the cuff, the one I'm making up, just because I'm getting ready for this trip. So that's all I have as far as whips are concerned.
Very exciting.
So not a whole lot. Do you have any FOs?
No.
Okay, the only FO I have is a single sock.
Not an FO.
Not an FO?
That's a whip.
But I finished a whole sock.
But that's still a whip. You wouldn't give somebody one sock.
If they have 1 foot.
Wait, you're not going to. You don't know anybody with 1 foot.
Okay, but I'm still going to talk about it in the FOs because I'm not super happy with the yarn. It's kind of it's scratchy. I'm just hoping the recipient does not have sensitive feet or skin.
Yeah, he had robust feet. You want him to have robust feet.
Yeah, and I wish that the stripes went down further because then you could make it like a long sock, like a really long sock. But then
so explain the stripes.
There's the stripe for the cuff, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 random stripes in different colors, and they're all the same. They're about an inch tall. And then after the 7th, did I say 7? The 7th stripe, it's all navy blue. So I made a rather large sock, but I still have a lot of navy blue left. I can't imagine somebody having, I mean, I guess unless you're making it for like shack or something like that, then you would need that.
All the yarn.
So, yeah. So I don't think I'll be buying this again. But the colors are pretty.
And that's what yarn?
This is the Regia Perfect. You're supposed to have a perfect pair of socks where they match the
So you say
stripes.
they're not really random colored because the other sock's gonna have the same colors
Well,
in the same order.
Well, it's kind of random how they
Put
put
them
them
together.
together. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right. There's like no.
it looks good.
Yeah. Well, it looks good. It's just it kind of hurt my hand a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe that might be because I was working mostly in the summer.
Mm-hmm. What's the composition?
I don't remember. I think it's merino and nylon, or it might just be superwash.
I want to try to make crochet sock, but I think I want to buy affordable sock yarn to start with because it'll probably make a really crap sock.
Oh. Well, this
Socks.
it's 75 wool, 25 nylon. So it's not even a superwash. It just says wool. Maybe that's why it was on sale. Was it on sale when I got it?
Maybe.
Okay, that's my half an FO then. So when it's a real
Right.
FO, I just won't talk about it.
No, you should. Maybe.
Maybe.
Do you think you'll finish it before
I'm trying. Before the
Daddy
holidays?
comes to here and then he can... No, before...
Oh, no.
Or no.
Didn't he say
No.
the second week of November?
Oh, yeah, like in a month from when we're recording. The 10th of November, something like that.
Uh-huh. That's not going to give me enough time. Not when I'm...
Not with
all
all
the
the other stuff.
I have.
Yeah. So I have... It's not an FO, but yarny bits and bobs to talk about. So at work... Where to begin? At work... Well, obviously I work with a lot of Scottish people, and they call yarn not yarn. They just call it wool.
So if it's acrylic, they say acrylic wool then?
No, they just say wool. Like, where do you buy your wool? That's nice wool.
Yeah, I understand
I
that,
don't know.
but like if it's acrylic,
well, nobody at work is a crafter,
uh-huh,
so when they see me crocheting, they'll ask me about the wool
uh-huh.
and stuff like that, and they'll talk about wool. I'm like, well, this isn't wool. And I've explained that to them,
Uh-huh.
and the fact that we would just any American would just call it yarn,
Uh-huh.
right? No one would refer to it as wool, would they?
Maybe
Not that I
like an
know of.
older generation?
Maybe. So it came up again because right now it's Wool Week.
Mm-hmm.
The campaign for wool, which I don't know, the patron is, I have to read it because it's a global endeavor initiated by its patron, His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales, in order to raise awareness, blah, 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 about wool, basically.
Uh-huh.
And since I work for, what's that?
Not specifically British wool? Just wool?
Just says wool.
Oh, okay.
Encouraging collaboration between an international community of wool growers,
Uh-huh.
major fashion designers, blah, blah, blah. So it says international.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know because they talk about it being, like a renewable resource and blah, 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 blah.
Well, we do love our wool, being
Yeah.
knitters and crocheters.
Mm-hmm. Because I work for a company that sells blankets, wool blankets. We use that as a, marketing opportunity. And the office, we hosted a event where people could come in and learn how to do tapestry weaving on looms and stuff. And they get a little set with their own loom and balls of yarn.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my coworkers, one of the marketing girls, she was showing me her half-finished thing, and she was talking about the design and, showing it off and showing me her balls of wool. And I looked at her, and I'm like, that's not wool. That's acrylic. And the other marketing girl was just laughing at me. But they all know that I'm a crocheter, and they've seen my yarn, and yeah. They weren't offended. Basically.
Are you sure?
I think. Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's funny. But I feel like a knitter or a crocheter who's British would be less likely to just use wool as a generic term.
I don't know. Why don't you ask Faye?
Well, or ask the listeners. I think part of it is just the fact that that's not a word that how I would use the word. So I'm like, that's not right.
Well, we all say things differently.
Yeah, but it's not wool.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, another yarny thing. No, I'm not gonna talk about that. Never mind.
What was that?
Well, I was just gonna say I finally, way back in one of our episodes, our Mommypedia was about fixing. Actually, maybe it wasn't that long ago. Fixing the wear in my sock that you made me.
Well, that was only a couple episodes ago. It wasn't a long time ago.
Oh, I don't know why it felt like longer ago. And you told me to get mohair.
Uh-huh. Did you?
So I went and I got some.
Uh-huh.
It's mohair silk,
Uh-huh.
and it's just Rowan yarns.
Uh-huh.
And but I bought it at the same yarn store that I bought the green yarn for the pineapple top.
Uh-huh.
But we went to a smaller yarn shop first, and the woman who was there, and I won't say what shop it was, but she was a bit like a grumpy old lady.
Oh no.
And so we walked in, and like I still like feel like in small shops like that where it's just one room, tiny little room, and the counter's right there, and feels like they're staring at you,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. So I asked her if she carried any like mohair,
Uh-huh.
and she started doing this lecture about like mohair's from South Africa, and you can't. It's really expensive, and da da da. You can't get just mohair. And then she showed me this wool mohair blend,
Uh-huh.
but it was definitely looked like more wool
Uh-huh.
than
Uh-huh.
mohair. And I was like, oh, right. And then she pulled out the Rowan, which was, it's 70 or 75%
Uh-huh.
mohair, which is a decent
Uh-huh.
composition. And she's like, well, I guess there's this.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking of. Was
Yeah, you
wool
did
and silk
recommend.
blend,
Yeah. She's like, well, there's this, but it's not mohair, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay. So I went somewhere else to buy it.
After annoying the lady,
Yeah.
you went somewhere else.
Well, she only had one color, I think, as well.
Oh. So did you repair it, or are you still waiting?
No, I haven't done it yet, but
Mhm.
that was just I don't know. I feel like other people must find yarn shops to be intimidating, and maybe it's just also because like I feel like I don't know that, like I still don't know that much about yarn. I mean, I do,
Uh-huh.
but I don't. I feel like a newbie still sometimes, and I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. And so when it's like a tiny yarn shop, and it feels like the proprietor's watching you, not judging you, but I'm just like,
Yeah, they're judging you.
why would you say that?
I don't know. Yeah, but I know what you mean. Some of the stores, well, most of the stores I've been to, the people have been nice. But every once in a while, you run into a store where, you've got Krabby Patty there, and,
I don't even think she was grumpy. I just think that's her personality. I don't. You know what would have helped? Music.
Oh, there was no music in the
Yeah, I
store?
don't think so.
Oh. Huh, yeah.
A dog, a cat, a sheep. That would have helped too.
A ferret? What about a ferret?
No. Anyway, so do you have any? You don't have any yarny thingies to talk about, do you? Bits and bops.
No, I don't, but I'm excited about a trip I'm taking where I will be hopefully making some yarny adventures.
Uh-huh.
So last episode I hinted that I was going on a long trip.
Uh-huh.
Not a long trip, just a faraway trip where I'm going to be on the airplane for 15
A long
hours
time.
plus. Yes. I'm going to Shanghai, China with your dad's family. I'm meeting everybody there.
Mm-hmm.
Your grandparents are already in Taiwan, and then they're going to fly from Taiwan to Shanghai. Your
Like they're there right now.
They're there right now. Your aunt
Oh.
flew them out there,
Mm-hmm.
flew with them, and she's home now. And
Did she
they're
literally
really-
just escort them to Taiwan? And
well,
then back?
actually, maybe not to Taiwan. She flew out to L.A. with him, and then put them on an airplane to go a
Right.
direct flight to Taiwan.
Uh-huh.
So they're fine with direct flights. They just get really nervous if they have to change
Oh,
planes.
transfer. Yeah.
So I am the travel escort person on the way home.
I see.
So that's pretty much my role in this trip, is the companion for your
You're the
grandparents.
transporter,
You're the transporter.
the courier.
Yeah. So I've never been to Shanghai. I've only been to China once, and I was 18.
Uh-huh.
And it was a long time ago. But anyway, we didn't go to Shanghai on that trip. But apparently there is a mall that's just fabric. I think it's
In Shanghai.
in Shanghai, in the city, or right outside the city. I'm not sure, but it's not that far from where we're staying. And I think it's wholesale and retail,
Right.
and it's just nothing but fabric. So I'm really excited to go see what they have, and we'll see what I bring
Uh-huh.
home. And I've also been told that there is a street that's just yarn shops. I don't know if that's true. I really can't confirm it anywhere. There's just stuff that people I've seen on blog posts and stuff like that.
For a second, I was gonna be like, maybe you could ask yay or nay to look it up for you because maybe it's been written about in Chinese, but they're old. They can't do the internet. Not that well.
They have trouble with the interwebs. But, you know, we could always ask the locals, I suppose.
Yeah.
So we don't have a language difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
If I was there by myself, I would have a little bit of difficulty with the language.
Mm-hmm.
But so,
how do you say yarn in Chinese?
毛线, which literally means 毛 is hair or fur. It's fur thread. That would be the literal translation of yarn. It's fur thread.
What about knitting?
Knitting? Knitting is 打毛线, which the literal translation of that is, do you know what it is?
Is it as in hit? Or,
yeah. So we're very, very violent in Chinese, like when you play mahjong.
Like hitting yarn. Hitting
yarn, yeah.
Hitting hair thread.
Basically, yes. And then crocheting is...
I don't know. I just imagine being like, oh, I'm going to my hitting hair thread group at the library today.
and crocheting is 勾毛线, which is hooking
hair
yarn
threads.
Or hair threads. I'm going to hit some hair thread.
I'm going to hit some hair threads into the best sweater ever. No, into the, how do you say sweater?
Hair clothes.
Yeah.
Which is 毛衣 means clothing or apparel, and 毛 is again hair or fur, hair, fur. I don't know. It's pretty interchangeable. When you talk about the fur on an animal, you use that word 毛. Mm-hmm. When you talk about the hair on your arms, it's the same word. But if you're talking about the hair on your head, it's a different word. So only the hair on a person's head is different from all the other hairs.
Right.
All fur, hair, flash, thread, fur, whatever.
So what about a beard?
Oh, a beard. Oh, wait. Don't laugh.
Don't laugh.
I forget. It just was on the tip of my tongue. 胡子.
What's that?
I don't know.
This conversation has really escaped us. Like,
I don't know how to write that, so I wouldn't know like what word it is. But it's 胡子. And your beard and your mustache it's the same word. It's 胡子.
Like facial hair.
Facial hair, yeah. There's no face in that face.
Last question, I swear. Are your eyebrows fur or hair?
Fur.
In Chinese.
It's fur. It's 眉毛.
Okay, I'm gonna stop now.
It's your eye fur.
Oh crap! Now I want to ask about eyelashes.
It's fur. I mean, the only thing's not fur is the hair on your head. Everything else is fur.
My cheeks hurt. Okay. Well, that was a very long tangent. But what I wanted to ask you about was your other travel plans.
Oh, I'm going to the Edinburgh Yarn Fest.
Yay!
Yay! I'm so excited. We got really cheap tickets. When we were buying all the tickets for other stuff, Daddy's like, "Oh, no, because I'm planning on going to Edinburgh and London in the summer with my sister, your aunt, and the two youngest, Madeline and Jessie." And so we're just talking about stuff like that. And then, so I just assumed that your dad wouldn't want me to go to the UK
in March.
Yeah, in March, as well as the other times.
In summer.
But he said, he was like, when is that yarn thing in the spring? Where is it? When is it? And I told him, and he's just playing on his computer. You know how your dad likes to go shopping. And so he found some flights that were really inexpensive. And he's like, do you want to go to the Edinburgh Yarn Fest? I'm like, yes. So he booked the flights, and I'm all set to go. So I'm only going to be there for the weekend. Super excited.
Yay.
Yay.
I know, now I'm thinking like, depending on when you come in, because obviously the marketplace is 3 days, I think, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Oh, should I take Friday off?
Well,
only if you
I have 2 trips before I go on this trip.
to
2 trips. The China trip,
right
and I have another trip in January
to London.
and
You're gonna
then
be in the
this
UK
trip.
like
3 times next year.
yeah.
I'm so excited.
uh
Daddy was like, "You're so spoiled." I was like, "Oh, shut up. That's why you travel, so I can use your points."
But so that is our exciting announcement of the day. And if you've been paying attention, you might have already known that my mom was coming to the Yarn Festival because it has been slipped in here and there in a few places.
Yeah, and Ravelry and
Instagram, yeah. So,
yep.
yeah, not for a few months yet, but
no, I'm more excited about that trip than the China trip.
Because you get to see me, right?
Yes, of course.
So I have a quick Mommypedia question for you.
Okay.
I was gonna say it is like really quick, and it's maybe it's dumb. So I need to buy fabric for my pillow, and I bought fabric for the bag, but it didn't really matter because it didn't matter the orientation of the fabric. I understand the concept of a fat quarter and like buying by like a half, well, not a yard here, meter here, and whatnot. So one of the places where I was thinking about getting the fabric for the cushion, you can't get a quarter meter. You have to get a fat quarter.
Mm-hmm.
What would the orientation? What would the like the pattern? I was literally drawing out a bolt of fabric to try to figure out which way the pattern would be going.
So a fat quarter, in terms of yards, would be 18 inches tall and 22 inches wide.
So
because a bolt of quilting fabric is about 44 inches. Okay.
Right.
So if there is a straight of grain, or if there is a pattern that it matters if it goes up and down, the up and down part would be the 18 inches or the half, whatever the
so it
half
would
a
be
meter.
Wider than it was tall.
It would be wider than it is tall.
So if the yarn that I was looking at is
yarn, fabric.
Sorry, if the fabric I was looking at is extra wide, does that mean it would be taller?
No. Because they would cut off a fat quarter they would cut off half of whatever, half a meter, half a yard, right?
Right.
And then you know how the fabric is folded, and then you pretty much should be cutting down where that fold is.
Oh, the fold.
What? You know how bolts of fabric comes folded?
Right. So they cut on the fold.
Essentially, yes.
To get the fat quarter. But if it's extra wide,
it just be, instead of 22 inches, it might be 24 inches. But it's still going to be 18 inches tall. That's not going to change. Or half a meter tall. Half a meter.
Half a meter tall. It's always half a meter tall. And that's how... Which way does the pattern go on a bolt of fabric?
Usually it goes up and down along the straight of grain, which is going the 18 inches. Along the fold. It goes along the fold, right?
If I have a bolt of fabric that's standing upright, like tall, is the pattern right side up or is it sideways?
No, it's sideways. It's sideways.
Okay. This okay. That ruined whatever I was thinking. Because my cushion is tall. So a fat quarter won't be tall enough.
If you want the pattern
to be right side up. So I have to get a half a meter? Or is that not right either?
That's not right either. How tall is it?
My cushion will be like... I thought this was going to be a quick question, but turns out I'm dumber than I thought I was. Getting myself tangled in yarn. Oh, darn.
You can make a new song out of that.
Well, not only do I have... I've got the projects in front of me. I've got the computer plugged in. That's one cord. I've got my phone charged, that's another cord. I have the earbuds in to listen to you on FaceTime, that's 3 cords. And then I have the headset in to record, that's 4 cords. So it's just
I got
everywhere.
Those cords too.
Okay. And now to find my
tape measure.
Sam, help. Oh no, wait, it's literally right there, right next to me. I thought it was behind me on the shelf. Right. So the cushion is gonna be about 18 inches tall or more.
So you would need more than... Yeah, but how many centimeters? Because you're not going to be...
They're like roughly 45. 46.
So how much is...
Half,
so it would be...
half a meter 50, would be 50.
Yeah, so 50 half will be fine,
Okay, so but I have to get a half. I can't get
right? Wait. Huh?
I have to get like a half a meter, not a fat quarter.
No,
Oh, I can get a fat quarter?
you can get a fat quarter.
Because it'll be
Because
50.
yeah, it'll be half a meter tall and
Right. And
that
then
in half.
the width depends on, that's what's variable,
Uh-huh.
depending on how wide
How
the
wide
fabric
the bolt
is.
of fabric is.
Yes. Okay, I finally understand. I don't know if the viewers understand. Is this helpful for anybody other than me? I don't know. But that was my mom.
Well, a lot of times.
That's another thing. Like, walking into yarn shops, I feel like I don't know anything. But walking into fabric shops, I'm like, I can tell what I think looks nice, but like I don't know anything about like how much fabric do I need? How much will I actually get? Which way does the fabric go? I don't know.
That's when you need your mommy.
Yeah. Plus, I'm buying it online. I have nobody to ask, even if I wanted to ask.
Don't they usually have like a little measuring tape on
In the picture?
Yeah.
Some of them do, but most of them don't. It's just like a small online thingy. Because I find that like some of the like independent online sellers sell more of the like the types of contemporary fabrics that I'm looking for, like rifle paper. No, that's what it's called. Yeah. Stuff like the sweater print that you got for your bags. Right. So that was my question.
Okay, well, I'm glad I helped.
Yeah. Because I was really close to buying a fat quarter, so now that will not be helpful.
Yeah, it will if it's a fat quarter of a
meter. Oh wait, no, I can buy. Yeah, no, I was gonna not buy a fat quarter. I don't know what I was gonna do, honestly. I just don't know.
Well,
no,
actually,
I was gonna.
You're only gonna have 5 centimeters.
So I might need more.
Yeah, so that's probably 5 centimeters is how many in inches? Is just a little bit over. It's less than 2 inches. Yeah,
1, 2,
right.
3, 4, 5. It's like 2 inches.
No, you would need more than that then. Just because you want a little bit more.
Okay. If the pattern was going the other way, it would work because it's like because it's it's like a wide bolt.
If it's as long as some.
But I don't want it to go
sideways.
It has an up, and it has a down.
Oh, I see. You already picked the fabric then.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite thing this time?
No. I hate everything.
Don't.
Because I'm Bellatrix Strange.
I have a favorite thing this time, and it's not actually a thing. It's my Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
It is not actually my Amazon Prime. I pay for it. It's under Jillian's name.
So basically,
we pay
it's your
for
Amazon Prime.
I probably use it more than anybody else. She has a school membership, so it's cheaper than the student membership.
Yeah.
For Amazon.
Yeah.
Amazon Prime.
So Amazon.
I don't know. Amazon Prime. So, but I am actually the one that pays for it.
Oh, good.
And so, on top of getting all these things in 2 days, shipping, there's the Prime library. I can download books on my iPad and read them off of my iPad.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been watching the movies, and I do a lot. I stitch markers too. When you want stitch markers in bulk.
Oh, buy it from Amazon.
Yeah, I buy it from Amazon, and a lot of the little fittings and the metal rings and stuff that I use for some of my bags. The only way I can get it is Amazon Prime. Well, on Amazon, but Prime makes it better. Because I can get them like a couple at a time, but it's expensive, and it's hard to find things like that in bulk in a brick and mortar shop anywhere around here. So yeah, I've been loving Amazon Prime lately. I
hate Amazon.
Things. Why?
I mean, I like Amazon, but 80% of my job right now is dealing with Amazon, and they're the freaking worst.
Oh, sorry.
As a seller. But I still order stuff on Amazon Prime.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, speaking of having to buy supplies for your bags, you want to do shop talk?
Shop talk. I'm going to be putting my shop on vacation while I'm gone. Because I am gone for more than a week. But I have been working on some holiday bags.
Literally last episode we were just talking about Halloween bags.
No. We were talking about Halloween in the beginning of this episode.
No, bags. Your last shop talk was Halloween bags.
Yes. Well, after that it's the holidays.
You missed Thanksgiving.
Well, the pumpkin bags can be kind of like Thanksgiving. So that kind of goes both Halloween and Thanksgiving. And because I'm going to be gone, I just started it. I haven't finished any of the bags. It's just assembled a few of the pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some really cute fabrics I have. Most of them have llama on them.
I like that the holiday bags they are like holiday bags, so not necessarily Christmas, but like not even because it's not Christmassy. It's more the colors. Like it's not just
red and green.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was able to find this winter plaid-ish. It's like a plaid on a bias.
The blue one.
With the blue. Yeah. So it's hard to find like winter fabrics that are blue that don't have dreidels or Star of Davids on them. Because usually when I go to the stores, if it's a blue fabric, it has a Jewish theme, and I'm trying to go.
So what? Blue are for Jews and red are for Christians? Like,
I don't
know. That's what the fabric people think. But even like the pink, like you've got like pink holiday fabrics, and it's like even though it's pink, it is still super holiday.
Yeah, I don't really like red and green. I don't like red and green at all. So
it depends on like the type of like green or red. Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying.
Well, most of these bags aren't necessarily just Christmas. They're more like winter bags.
Yeah, they got,
except for the one that has the pink Christmas trees on them.
Yeah, well, but if it's not decorated, then it doesn't have to be a Christmas tree. It could just be a pine tree.
Yeah, I don't know. Does it have decorations on it? It doesn't even have decorations on it.
And pine trees are wintry because they're the only trees that are still green. Or pink, if it's a pink fabric.
I guess so. The llamas are wearing Christmas trees, though.
No, yeah, they are. They're not wearing them. They're carrying them.
They're carrying.
Oh, no, both. Wearing and carrying. You know what's funny? Because literally the other day, I was maybe playing Christmas music.
Really?
Yeah. Not full Christmas music. I don't know why, but Sam and I started talking about Christmas music, and then we were talking about the differences between typical American Christmas music you listen to versus here.
Oh yeah, what do they listen to there?
I mean, I'm sure they still listen to the same old standby classics, Jingle Bell, whatever. But he played me some other Christmas songs, and I was not having it. I was like, this is not a Christmas song. It doesn't sound like a Christmas song. They said a not nice word. It can't be a Christmas song. He played me Fairy Tale of New York. It doesn't even have any Christmassy words in it. Oh, Fairy Tale's kind of winter holiday. But, yeah. So, my question...
Well, your favorite Christmas songs are not religious. They're all...
No, like, Christmas time songs. But that was like... What kind of genre of music would that be, Sam? I don't know. It was definitely... He played me more, like, contemporary sounding stuff. Like, it didn't sound like that particular...
There's no jingle bells in the back, or...
Yeah, or that... I definitely, like, watched videos about, like, why Christmas music and holiday musics, only come from sort of a set time period, and, like, anything more contemporary, it's really hard for, like, contemporary musicians to make Christmas music that actually...
Like, new Christmas music,
yeah.
They're all from, like, the 50s.
Yeah, or whatever, yeah. There's I don't know if there's a reason for that, but... So I don't know if that's as true here or not, but... So any UK listeners, you can set the record straight for me and tell me if Fairy Tale... What was it? Fairy Tale of New York? Is a real Christmas music. It's not.
Okay, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Right, so we start with Halloween, and on Christmas. This is great. And in the middle, we might have talked about crocheting and knitting.
Is that it?
I think so. All right. So we will say goodbye then. Yeah.
Goodbye.
Well, not quite yet. I have to have my spiel. You can find our show notes for this episode and every episode at our website, kcacypodcast.wordpress.com. Follow us on Instagram at kcacypodcast. Make sure to subscribe to us on iTunes or on YouTube, however you watch the podcast. Leave us some comments, leave us some reviews, all that sort of good thing. You can also join our Ravelry group, or search in the Ravelry thing, Keep Calm and Carry Yarn Podcast, and you can find us, and we'll have threads for each of the new episodes, so you can comment on it, let us know what you think. You can also let us know what Harry Potter witch you should dress up as for Halloween. Test our color theory. But thank you for listening.
And remember to keep calm and carry yarn.